Here's a fun and interesting stat. How much is one email address worth to you? The most inexperienced digital marketing wannabe knows that an email starts with a valuation proxy of about $2 per month. That means that even the most green digital marketers, teenagers and 20-something wannabes, know that they should be able to make $2 per month per email on average. And I don't think that I've ever conducted this lesson and had a member of the group apply my tactics and not wind up with an email database of 1,500 or more to start with. So we're talking about an asset that an inexperienced newbie wannabe in the digital marketing world knows that they can monetize to the tune of $3,000 a month, which is $36,000 a year. Now, that might not seem much, or it might seem a lot to you, but that's just the beginning. And you're smarter and more experienced and more savvy and more thoughtful than a 20-something digital marketing wannabe. Yes, I'm sure that you are. So we're going to unlock databases you didn't know you had and wake up dormant or sleeping disengaged databases using my own private email reactivation technique that no one else is teaching because it's my own private strategy that I've been able to pioneer and finesse thanks to the many students that have executed on this strategy during my training program. For example, how many times can one person launch a new database or wake up an existing database? Maybe once or twice, yet I get to help all you guys and gals do just that with every intake. So thank you in advance for furthering my knowledge so that I can help you further your knowledge and get kick-ass outcomes back in return. It's the circle of knowledge. Hey, it's James here, and what you just saw was an excerpt from a webinar that I recently ran on email marketing, and I'm gathering that the people who attended got great value from it because I've been getting feedback, testimonials like this one. Trent here said on average in the past his open rate has been around 26.3%. His most recent email is sitting at 40.2%, highest I have seen in ages. Our average click-through rate has been around 3%. This one is currently sitting at over 10%. Wow. Now, just to put this in perspective, the average email open rate across the Western world is around 18%. He was already punching above his weight at 26%. He followed the tactics from the lesson, boosted his open rate to 40%. Open rate, once again, industry averages around 2%. He was punching above his weight at 3%, boosted it to over 10%. And according to this email here, the email, after following the lesson, applying the strategies, executed on our particular email strategy, and in 1 week it's netted, it may have netted a $40,000 client. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I've been thinking about whether or not to run this webinar again, this online training session. And I'll tell you what, I thought I might ask you, what do you think? Should I run it again? I'll tell you what, if I get enough likes and loves and wows and Facebook reactions, I will run it again. How many? 100. Why don't we say that? Why don't we say 100 Facebook reactions, and I will run that particular webinar again, because as you know by now, email is where it's at. I mean, if I said to a room packed full of strangers, who has watched television today? Maybe about 30% would raise their hand. If I said, who has listened to the radio today? About 40% may have raised their hand. If I said, who has used social media today? About 60% would have raised their hand. And if I said, who has used email today? About 90 to 99% would raise their hand. It's a powerful way to stay engaged, build rapport, build trust, and generate commercial outcomes like meeting requests and appointments and store visits and sales. So if you're interested in email marketing and you'd like me to run my online lesson once again, give me a social reaction, a like or something like that, and let's see if we can do this. A piece of dust went in my mouth.